Hello class, so we're on review day 3, and what we're going to do is we're going to review how to simplify rational expressions. We're going to learn how to multiply, divide, add, and subtract rationals. You already learned how to do this, so it's just basically a review. Problem number 1 is to simplify 24x to the power of 6 y cubed divided by 56x to the power of 4 y to the 7th. If you're watching this video, please pause it and then press play after you have solved the problem. Not divide by 3, but divide by 8. Okay, the biggest number that they have in common. So you're going to divide the 24 by 8 and the 56 by 8. What is 24 divided by 8, class? 3. What is 56 divided by 8? 7. So now your fraction 24 over 56 reduced to 3/7. You still have x to the power of 6, y to the power of 3rd, all over x to the power of 4, y to the power of 7. So now you just reduce the x's from the numerator and the denominator. You can eliminate 4 from the denominator, which leaves you with how many in the numerator? 2, okay. You're going to reduce 3 from the numerator, and how many are you left in the denominator? 4.
This white.
So you have 3x to the power of 2. Because you had 4 on the bottom, you took away 4 from the top, and you're just left with 2 on the top. Which one you at? Are you sure? Yeah. Okay, if you have 3y's in the numerator and 7y's in the denominator, when you take 3 from the bottom, you're left with 4. Okay, so your final answer is 3x squared over 7y fourth. Another way to see it visually is that this is 6x's and 3y's all over 4x's and 7y's. A lot of x's. Okay, you can eliminate 1, 2, 3, 4 x's, 1, 2, 3 y's, and you're left with 2 x's, which is where you get x squared. And you're left with 4 y's, which is why you have y to the power of 4. Okay? Another way of seeing this is 8 times 3 is 24, right? And 8 times 6, 8 times 7 is 56. You're actually canceling out the 8's. Okay, so the only thing you're left with is the 3/7, the x squared, and the y to the 4th power. Alright guys, problem number 2. 120x cubed y divided by 25xy to the 5th. If you're watching, go ahead and pause it, and then we'll give you 2 minutes to solve this problem. Alright guys, what can you divide into 120 and 25?
5.
5, good. So you're going to divide the top and the bottom by 5. What is 120 divided by 5?
24.
24. What is 25 divided by 5?
5.
5. Good. You have 3 x's in the top and 1 x in the bottom. How many are left if you take 1 from the top and 1 from the bottom and 1 from the top? So you have x squared. You have 1 y in the top. You take away 1 from the bottom, so you're left with y to the power of 4. Okay, you're going to be 3 x's in the top, 1 y, 1 x in the bottom, and 5 y's. Okay, 24 times 5 is 120. 25 times 5 is 25. Just kidding. 5. Okay, 5 por 5 es 25. 4 por 5 es 120. Y se puede cancelar una x, una y, los 5. Okay, te quedas nomás con 4 sobre 5, 2x y 4. Okay, we have moved from simplifying, and now we're going to factor. How do you factor, class? A CB table. Okay, you're going to do your CB table. Try to find the factors of C that add up to B. Remember, this is ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes. Those of you watching at home, positive, and then come back to class. What is the value of C?
Well, negative 12
is negative 12. Exactly. Very good. What is the value of B? Negative 1. Okay, so you're going to have to start with your factors of 12, negative 12. 1 times 12, right? 2 times 6, 3 times 4.
Negative 4 times 3.
Yeah, but one of them has to be negative in order for it to be negative 12. Okay? If I add negative 1 plus 12, you're going to get 11. So that's not correct. Negative 2 plus 6, that gives you 4. And that's not correct. Negative 3 plus 4 gives you 1, and that's not correct. But we're very close, right? So now I'm going to say, okay, let's make 1 times a negative 12, 2 times a negative 6. Go ahead. Tell me. 3 times a negative 4. 1 minus 12 is negative 11. 2 minus 6 is negative 4. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. That's what we want, okay? So our factors are going to be x plus 3 and x minus 4. So number 3, the second part is to factor x squared minus 2x minus 8. Okay? If you're trying to find C, you already know that this is A, B, and C. You're trying to find the numbers that you can multiply together to get C, but that add up to B. So for example, you always start with 1. 1 times what gives you negative 8? No. 1 times negative 8 will give you negative 8. Okay? How about 2? 2 times what will give you negative 8? Negative 4. Good. Is there any other numbers that will give you negative 8? Okay, so then let's switch it. Negative 1 times an 8 and negative 2 times a 4. If I multiply these numbers together, I'm going to get negative 8. Do you guys agree? Okay, so now I have to ask myself, if I add these numbers together, if I have 1 plus a negative 8, what does that equal to? That equals to, no, not negative 2. It equals to negative 7. And that's not what we want. We want a negative 2. Okay, so then what's 2 plus a negative 4? Negative 2. And that's what we want. So our factors are going to be x plus 2 and x minus 4. Now, a lot of you guys were asking me this. Why did you put 2 3s? Because actually, the problem for number 3, why are you guys talking while I'm talking? Thank you. X squared minus x minus 12 divided by x squared minus 2x minus 8. Do I already know what the numerator is? Yes, you guys said x plus 3 times x minus 4. Do we know what the denominator is? Yes, x plus 2 times x minus 4. You're going to put those together. I'm going to try to move this over a little bit so I don't have enough space. That's equal to what do we get for part 3a? X plus 3, yeah, and x minus 4, and then the bottom, part b, x minus 4, yeah, x plus 2 and x minus 4, the order doesn't matter. What can we cancel from the top and the bottom? X minus 4. So when you factor this out, you're going to factor and simplify. You're combining what we learned in the previous example. So you have x plus 3 over x plus 2 as your final answer. So are you able to do a problem like this? Yeah. Okay, you just got to break it one step at a time. Okay, next problem, number 4. You want to reduce, you want to factor and then simplify. You're combining everything that we did in number 3. You have 2 minutes to do this. All right, so what is the value of C? Negative 40. And B is negative 3.
Negative 8 times 5.
Okay, you would go 1, 2, 3, all the way through. Hey! Thank you. You guys are recording too, by the way. So you have negative 8 times a positive 5 gives you negative 40. If you add negative 8 plus a positive 5, you're going to get a negative 3. Okay, so your factors are x minus 8 and x plus 5. All over, okay, and now we got to do the bottom. What are the values of negative 15 that add up to positive 2?
Negative 3 and 5.
Negative 3 times 5 gives me negative 15. If I add negative 3 plus 5, you're going to get a positive 2. So your factors are x minus 3 and x plus 5. Do we have anything in common in the numerator and denominator? X plus 5. So you're left with x minus 8 over x minus 3.
The x plus 3 came from? Okay, what's 6x divided by 6? 1x. Okay, so that's why I write the 1x down here. What's 18 divided by 6? 3. So what, if I went backwards, what's 6 times x? 6x. What's 6 times 3? 18. That makes sense? So, well, for these, you have to factor, just like you're doing the CB table. So you do the CB table here, CB table there, CB table everywhere. Okay, times 3. You're going to do it 3 times and then try to factor, solve, and simplify.
You'll be okay then. Alright guys, so the factors of 4 are going to be 1 times 4, 2 times 2, and when you add those together, 4 plus 1, you get 5. So your factors are going to be x plus 1 and x plus 4 for the denominator. We already factored the numerator. Now we need to factor the next part. Okay, what are the factors of negative 2 that add up to negative 1? The factors of negative 2 are 1 times 2. When one of them needs to be negative, that gives me a positive 1. So one of these needs to be negative. This gives me a negative 1. My factors are going to be x plus 1 and x minus 2. Do the same thing for the denominator. You're going to write c is equal to 3, b is equal to 4. What are the factors of 3? 1 times 3. Negative 1 times negative 3, but 1 plus 3 gives you 4. So my factors are x plus 1 and x plus 3. Now that you have the factors of all the fractions, you can eliminate what's the same. X plus 1, x plus 3, and that's about it. So we're left with a 6, x minus 2, divided by x plus 1 times x plus 4. So the multiplication of these 2 fractions gives you that